Vanakkam to all. Vanakkam in Tamil means literally going to all. I first of all deliver my thanks to Sahitya Akademi for giving me this opportunity to present before you my few thoughts. I have translated almost 32 books from English to Tamil, both creative and non-creative areas. As a teacher of literature in Tamil, I know the smallest deviations in interpreting a text results in huge differences in the meaning of the text. While teaching literature, we interpret a text to children of our own language. While doing a translation, we interpret a text to a people of another language and culture. Hence, in my experience, teaching and translating is one and the same act, but done to different kinds of audience. But in translation, we have to be more careful. It involves interpreting the text to another people on one hand, and if found with flaws, it will not deliver the correct thing, correct meaning to those people who have not read it, and it will degrade the quality of the interpreter and hence his own community to the people outside his culture. Because of this responsibility, translators have a huge task and they must take into consideration various factors to deliver the intended meaning of the author. When I started translating long ago, it took a long time, even to translate a small book of say 200 pages. I had no idea how to manage my time and how much work I should do in a given time. But now as an experienced translator, I know how many number of chapters and even how many words I can translate in a given time to present a credible narrative in my own language, even when I had only a first glimpse of the book. Usually there is no time to read the whole book before taking a work of translation, but it helps at least to read a few chapters. I like to translate a book which is considered mostly difficult for translation by others. I can say that I had some good translation practice when I wrote about theories of structuralism, post-structuralism, and postmodernism in Tamil. That's why I translated many non-creative works like Nietzsche, Western music, globalization, and quite a few books on medicine also. Many people told me it is difficult to translate a postmodernist novel like Salman Rushdie's Midnight Sugar, and I took the challenge. That one thing that moves me for translation, doing translation works, is a commitment to my own community, I should say. That I should do something useful for my community, that too as soon as possible. Because nowadays time changes fast. And with that our ideas and ideologies, technologies and living conditions too. What I write today may be relevant today, but it might become irrelevant after a period of time. My concern on society led me to translating about people who are downtrodden and suffering. I translated Happy Imagination by Varvar Rao, Curfew Night, Prosperity Narrative by Bashar Peer, and The Broken Republic by Arundhati Roy, only on this basis. The Sahitya Akademi has given the award for my translation of Manu Joseph's novel, Serious Men. The novel is also about a man who comes from a downtrodden community. Not only is the novel based on some scientific concepts about NASA's favorite theme, for example, the aliens on Earth, but also it is about how a Dalit plays in his son's life. His characterization is totally different in this novel from that of Tamil novels or most of the Indian novels. In most of the Indian novels I have read on Dalits, Dalits underwent untold sufferings that could do nothing to change the society's attitude towards them. But the protagonist of this novel, Iron Money, is not like that. He certainly wounds the dominating people's pride and wins among them. And he feels very happy in his acts, though they are slight. I have told about the importance of interpretation above, and one of the best remedies for not going mostly wrong in interpretation, according to my experience, is a counter translation. That should go within your mind. You need not put it down on paper. If need be, you might consult a friend. And as a translator, I give most importance to the choice of words, diction. For example, when I was translating the novel by Manu Joseph, translating the title itself was very difficult. The equivalent words used in Tamil for serious men was the title of the novel. The equivalent words used in Tamil for serious show always an aggravating attitude. But I had to remove that aggravating feeling. Hence I translated the title as Porkumika Manivargal, literally responsible men in English, in counter translation. Sometimes you have to use other kinds of tactics also. For example, you all know how difficult it is to translate a pun from another language. For example, when I was translating Midnight's Children by Salman Rushdie, I found the title of a chapter itself challenging. The name of the title of the chapter was Buddha, B-U-D-D-H-A. But it also means Buddha, old man. So, how do you combine these two meanings, Buddha and Buddha, in Tamil? That was a challenge. The author means both the Buddha, the dictionary, and also Buddha, the word denoting an old man in Hindi. How to reconcile these two contradictory meanings in a word? I use the word Buddha Kiravan as the heading for the chapter. And that means the old man who is just acting like Buddha, or who considers himself as Buddha. That is not a way, you see. I have not taken in all my translations, that is 32 books, not much of quality for my translation, as I am a firm believer in Robert Frost's dictum that poetry cannot be translated. So, thank you for the opportunity you have given me to present the views. Thank you.